A tragic day in the Vaal. Too much, too soon. 21-year-old student Jabulile Nhlapo shot and killed at her residence. The prime suspect, ex-boyfriend Lebohang Mofokeng. Just over a year later,
I pointed the firearm at her and said to her, "This is the end." She did not look afraid.
a packed court, gasping at Mofokeng's version of the crime.
I asked her, how did it come about that you got impregnated by someone you only met now, when I've been with you for more than 5 years and you never wanted a baby?
Mofokeng had told the court he had stolen his father's gun. He claims a scuffle led to the murder.
And I turned, faced her, and pointed the firearm at her, and it went off. I just heard the sound. I did not pull the trigger, and then she fell down. After that, I pointed the firearm at me, but there were no bullets inside.
Mofokeng also claims he only wanted to scare off Nhlapo's new boyfriend at the time.
The boyfriend is not here, but still you utter even words to say, it is the end of us. I'm going to shoot you and shoot myself. But no, the person this firearm is intended for is not there at all.
It was by mistake. It was never intentional because of the accused person has said, I loved this woman, Jane. So upon seeing that I have killed this person, that is the reason why I tried to commit suicide and shooting myself.
All right.
The trial lasted less than a year, but one question remains: will Mofokeng's guilty plea save him? The defense has asked for a 20-year jail term for culpable homicide, but the state says it was premeditated murder and wants a life sentence. Judgment will be delivered on Monday. Gauteng, SABC News, Palm Ridge Magistrates Court.
Well, SABC reporter Lebohang Mofokeng joins us now in studio for further discussion on the case. A very good afternoon, to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Essentially, just give us a roundup of the shocking case that made headlines last year.
Well, basically, let me just take you back to the events that actually led to this murder. We did an interview with the mother of the accused, and what she told the SABC is that she kept asking her son, who is the accused in this case, Lebohang Mofokeng, to say, do you love this woman? And of course, she's talking about the deceased, Jabulile Nhlapo. And what she told the SABC is that his answer was somehow suspicious. She says that he said, I love Jabulile Nhlapo with my whole heart, and only death will do us part. Then, April 24th, a gun went missing, and this is the gun belonging to his father. After that, the whereabouts of Lebohang Mofokeng is unknown. And then, 15 days later, murder took place. And this is the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Jabulile Nhlapo. So what now Lebohang Mofokeng tells the court is that he did not kill her intentionally. He tells the court that the gun went off accidentally. He did not mean to kill her. And what he also tells the court is that he went to Jabulile Nhlapo's commune in the Vaal in the hope that he would find her with her new boyfriend at the time. But then when he arrived there, he was surprised that he could not find the boyfriend. And when he arrived at the house, he asked Jabulile, where is the guy? Where is the guy? And how come did you fall pregnant, or did you get impregnated by a guy who just dated you for 3 months when we were dating, when we have been dating for 5 years? So at that point, then he tells the court that then the scuffle broke out between the two of us. And of course, Jabulile saw the gun in my hand, and she was trying to fight with me and trying to get the gun out of my hand. But then here is the twist of it all. He tells the court that I was surprised that the trigger didn't go off. And then I had to turn and look at the gun and asking myself questions, what happened? And then suddenly we continued fighting, and then the gun went off on its own. So in other ways, by the defense, and this is what the defense is saying, is saying that can he be charged with culpable homicide? Because this was not intentional. And can he be sent to 20 years in prison because he did not mean it? And according to Lebohang Mofokeng, he says that I loved her and this was by mistake. I did not mean to kill her. But here is what the state is saying. They are saying that when he went to Jabulile Nhlapo's house, he went there with the intention of finding the boyfriend, but the boyfriend wasn't there. But he still took out the gun with the intention, according to him, of scaring off the boyfriend, the new boyfriend. But he still took out the gun and pointed at Jabulile and pulled the trigger. So the state says we want him to be sentenced to life in prison, and this should never be about a culpable homicide. It should be a premeditated murder conviction.
Yeah, with regards to that conviction, of course, it has been a case that has dragged all year long. Yeah. What has the response been like from the community at large, as well as the support from the family?
Well, I can actually tell you what the family is saying here. The family is saying that they really want him to go to jail for a very long time. And of course, they're also disputing the 20-year jail term asked by the defense, because the defense is saying that, he's pleaded guilty. He says that he's remorseful, he's sorry, he's actually asking for forgiveness from the family. He knows that he shamed his family on the other side. And on the other side, he says that he thought this was not intentional, as I mentioned. But of course, the family saying that they would not forgive him because he did this intentionally. He knew what he was doing from the time he stole the gun from his father, and then his cell phone went on voicemail throughout the 15-day period until the murder took place. He definitely knew what he was going to do. His intention was definitely to kill Jabulile. And of course, he did also mention that he was jealous. He was jealous because obviously Jabulile Nhlapo was moving away from him. And of course, what the family of the deceased told us at the SABC is that previously there had been some cases of abuse. And of course, in 2015, according to them, Jabulile did open a case of assault in which we hear that he took a bottle and hit her in the head, and of course, stabbed her in the shoulder with a broken bottle. But then, to their surprise, to Jabulile Nhlapo's family's surprise, Nhlapo dropped the case without informing them. So in other words, these were some of the events that were culminating into this particular murder, according to them.
We thank you very much. We'll have to wait and see what takes place tomorrow, as judgment will be handed down in that case. Judgement Mofokeng for SABC News.